What up, guys? DC Fago guy. It's been a while, a very long while. So just go ahead and jump right into it. Panic wanted to make a topic about a recent shooting that took place. I'm assuming New Mexico, somewhere down in that area. I actually just heard about it today on the radio about the kid going in and shooting. I think it was two fellow students. One of them, like he said, in the face. And I'm not totally sure like what the direct topic is, so it's more or less just talking about bullying, and I'll probably go ahead and throw a few other things in there just to build onto my own topic. But my heart always goes out to people when you hear about these shootings and shit, when you hear about the Boston City Marathon bombings. And I agree with Panic. It's kind of like, what the fuck is going on in the world where motherfuckers are killing people? I mean, when you think about Bully Blasta and all the good songs that ICP have about bullying and taking revenge on your bully, I mean, it's all in your head, it's all good and shit, but once it becomes a reality, it's on some whole other fucked up shit. So I would never want to see the things that I have go on in my head ever come to light. But talking about bullying, I agree it's definitely a big time issue, and it's never going to stop. I agree with Panic completely. It's never going to stop. I do think they need to work better on how to help kids who are bullied to maybe somehow stop that kind of shit happening. I mean, anymore you hear about shootings in the news, and it's to a point where it's really no big deal because it just happens so much. It's kind of just something you're used to anymore. One of the other things he said that I agree fully with is the media. They always jump all over this shit, and I think that is a lot of contributing factors to why gun violence is getting worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean? When you think about the movie theater shootings, horrible fucking thing. Horrible, dude. My fiance doesn't even want to go see movies now because she's terrified of that. And I tell her, I say, when you think about it, really, nowhere you go is safe. If somebody's going to come out and shoot you, they're going to do it in whatever scenario. The movie theater was just one. I mean, you got motherfuckers going into schools now. I mean, you got grown men going into schools, elementary schools, and they have no grudge on these kids, and they're just going crazy. And that's all about, they're snapping, they're crazy, they know what they're going to do. Like the fuckface from Sandy Hook knew he was going to kill himself when he was done. So to me, that was his way of trying to go out with his name being remembered, which is why I won't mention his name. I never will. I know the movie theater name, shooter's name. I know the movie theater's, the shooter, I know his name. I don't like to mention it either because that's what they wanted when they went out and did that. They were after the fame. They were after becoming notorious killers. And the Sandy Hook shooting, that was just one way to one-up the movie theater. Okay, you went in, you shot innocent people seeing a movie. I'm going to go shoot up some kids. Next thing you know, somebody's going into a maternity ward in a hospital and killing babies just to try to be better than the last guy. So I really think the media needs to stop their level of coverage. I mean, I remember with Sandy Hook, they wanted to interview kids, asking them how they felt in that situation. They just barely got out of it. The last thing they need to do is have to relive it that close. They should never have to relive it. You don't need to be interviewing them for some hot story. It doesn't matter. And I think the media has a lot to do with why these shootings are becoming more and more popular, I guess you could say, because everybody sees it and it's like, wow, dude, if I really want to go out with a bang, I could go like that. And I think a lot of it, I mean, I don't remember anything earlier than this, but I mean, Columbine was really the start of it. Virginia Tech was next. Well, there was probably others in there, but you get what I'm saying. There's a sequence to it. It's getting worse. You got school shootings, and then you got people getting shot at work. You got fucking the movie theater. The media just needs to stop making it such a popular thing. Because you get these puckers that, when they crack, they think of the best way to, I guess, go out, and they want to one-up the last guy. Let's see what I talked about. I talked about media. I talked about bullying. I mean, because yeah, the other thing about bullying is when people talk about Columbine, they're all the time going on about the people that were killed or the survivors, and nobody really looks at the shooters being a victim themselves. And I think that's what I'm saying. They need to work better on getting these people help, like Panic said, recognizing the signs and helping them before it's too late. The other thing is I know Obama has been using the recent shootings in 2012, as a way to try to fuel his anti-gun campaign, which is just a bad idea because they've outlawed drugs. Who did that stop? Not the criminals. I mean, you outlaw guns, and all you're going to do is innocent people can no longer get guns, and instead you have the criminals with guns, and nobody can defend themselves. So that's just a horrible idea. But I do think there should be a level of gun control put into place for some. For instance, somebody who lives residentially or whatever, or even owns a business, should not own a semi-automatic weapon or even a fully automatic weapon. People should not be able to go in and get a fucking Uzi or an assault rifle. They don't need it. You know, a simple handgun, maybe a shotgun is all they need. And from there, then, what they need to do is they need to find a way to limit the amount of ammo you are allowed to have. Don't ask me how they would regulate this. I don't know. This is just my idea for gun control. I don't know how to make it a reality. So people that are going to come and be like, whoa, how are you going to do this or how are you going to do that? I don't know how it's going to be done. That's why I'm not in the politics. That's why I'm not the president. That's why I'm not trying to get this shit. This is just an idea. You know, I'm throwing it out there. If somebody has the connections, then whatever, present it. But to me, that would be the best thing to do, is only allow certain weapons. They don't need the big guns. They don't need automatic weapons. They don't need semi-automatic weapons. And they need to have a limit on how much you can have ammo-wise in your home. And you have to be able to prove how much you've used in order to buy more, whatever. So, yeah, my thoughts on it is, I agree, it's fucked up, but anymore when you hear about this shit in the news, it's really not surprising. It really is not surprising, because you hear about it so much. I mean, a little shocking that it was a 12-year-old with a sawed-off shotgun, and he shot one of his fellow students in the face. That's fucked up, but other than that, it's really not shocking anymore. I'm not shocked when I hear about this shit. We live in a really fucked up world, and it's going to hell in a handbasket quicker than shit. But, yeah, if the media would stop, lay off, you know, I think things would maybe, that might help better with preventing it. If in the schools and shit, people could recognize the bullying going on, recognize the signs that, you know, maybe something could happen, and then get to these kids and try to help them before it's too late. Because actually, talking about that, you know, I actually heard on the radio today how they got this kid to give up was a teacher actually walked up to this kid with a fucking sawed-off shotgun, and he had it pointed at the teacher. He didn't rush him, didn't do nothing. He calmly approached him and tried to talk him down and convinced him to put the gun down. That's how it all ended. That's what I heard on the radio. I don't know the truth to that, but that's all these kids need. That's all these people need, is just given attention. You know, sit them down, talk to them, let them get it out before they explode. You know what I mean? And then lastly, there's other things they could do as far as the gun control. Not outlaw the guns, because it's not saving nobody besides the criminals, because then it's going to be easier for them to do what they're going to do, and nobody can defend themselves. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. My heart goes out to all those that were hurt in the movie theater shooting. Heart goes out to all those from Sandy Hook and all those from the Boston Marathon bombings. My heart goes out to everybody at this shooting. And I hope the world can become a better place. I hope this shit will stop. And I wish that bullying would stop. But we all know it probably won't. So, here we go. There's my 2 cents on the matter. There's my topic for you guys. So, I'll see you guys around. Daily Spirits is back. Bye.